So the Margay project is studying nocturnal arboreal mammals in the neotropics. To do this, we're using camera traps set up in the trees, and we're also conducting nocturnal observations using thermals and night vision equipment. Two of the mammals that we encounter quite regularly are very, very similar in appearance. Both of them arboreal, both of them nocturnal, and both are members of the same family, that's the raccoon family. Those mammals are the Olingo and the Kinkajou. As you can see from these two convenient camera trap images from the same position, they've got very similar appearance. The Olingo has ears that are set higher up on its head, and the Kinkajous are a little bit lower, and it looks overall more bear-like. Of course, it's not always able to get a good clear picture like this to see that. Size-wise, you can see that the Kinkajou is considerably bigger than the Olingo, but again, this isn't always obvious unless you've got this exact same positioning in this camera trap image. The one feature that really helps us tell them apart is the tail. The Kinkajou has a tapered prehensile tail that it uses to help it move around the canopy like a fifth limb. The Olingo, on the other hand, doesn't have a prehensile tail. Its tail's used for balance. However, you can't really see that use here in these stills from the camera trap images. You can, however, see that as they move around from these videos from using thermal. Watch how it stretches, and it's got its tail wrapped around those branches, using them like a safety net every time it stretches. It's a confident mover through the canopy, but that tail is always in use. They do jump, but again, the tail is often in play at the same time. Anytime it wants to use its hands, for instance here scratching, or perhaps when it's picking fruit, the tail will always be used to give it an extra purchase on wherever it's sat. So that's the Kinkajou. What about the Olingo? Well, as you can see, it moves a lot faster in the canopy. It kind of races around. You can see the tail whipping back and forward to balance as it moves. It's much surer footed, but it is a much lighter animal to be jumping around on these small branches. Much more agile than the Kinkajou. And as you can appreciate, that tail is never used to hold on with. So as you can appreciate, you can actually tell the difference even in these images where it's just black or white images. You can tell the difference just by the way the animal's moving to distinguish which animal it is, Kinkajou or Olingo. Though it is nice to occasionally get some night vision footage of it so you can actually see the animal that you're looking at. It's more akin to these camera trap images. but it's really hard to capture. The animals move fast, it's hard to follow them around, but we've got a few clips for you here. First up is the Kinkajou. And then the Olingo. This species of Olingo is actually the western lowland Olingo, which is found here in Panama. Because we're filming this through night vision, most of the mammals aren't really aware that we're there, so they go about their normal behavioural activities. Here this Olingo is foraging for food. So as you can see, you can tell the difference, whether it's camera trap images or moving images.